We're here at the press preview at Osprey Games' sneaky little stand at UK Games Expo 2024. Oh my gosh, it's already been chaos and we've only been here a couple of hours.
Yeah.
What are you showing off for us this year?
We've got several titles here at UKGE. So the first one being Undaunted 2200 Callisto, which is over here.
We were super excited about this one already.
Yeah, so are we. So tell you a little bit about it.
Please, yeah, let's dig into this.
So if you've played Undaunted before, some of it will be familiar, being the card play. So it's deck building war game. However, as you can see, this is moving into space, right? So Callisto being one of Jupiter's moons, and there's a conflict that takes place on that moon between a group called the Breakers and the LFA. You can see the blue and yellow. One big difference that you can see already are the maps are pre-built.
There's a board, yeah.
It's a map board, so we've got 4 double-sided boards.
Cool.
Which give you a bespoke map for each of the 8 scenarios in the game that you can play through. Each one can be played in isolation, or they can be played as
like
a kind of campaign.
Mini campaign.
There's a narrative that pulls you through it. One of the biggest differences we have, you can see 3 types of dice over there. So elevation comes to Undaunted for the first time.
Wow.
And you can see that in these dotted and striped spaces across the board.
Oh, nice.
Obviously being in a higher spot and shooting downwards gives you access to the better dice. Being lower, shooting upwards, much more difficult. You get the worst dice, as it were.
Oh, I love that. That's super cool.
You've got similar control and scout moving along, but we have standees to represent some of the vehicles in this one, right? Which shows off that scale, hopefully, between the units.
That's right, because in Undaunted, everything was tokens in the original game, so now we've got some standees, like I said, and I think it adds a real verticality presence to it. I think that's great.
For sure, just to show off how big they are compared to the ground units. And those give you access to different abilities, greater firepower, transportation, some things like that. And then we have, straight out the box, you've got obviously 2-player, you've got 4-player, and you have solo, all in the same box.
That's amazing. I was super excited to see there was a 4-player mode. And is that like team versus team?
Yeah, absolutely. You will take control of different sort of forces within the same team. So you're not necessarily sharing across the board. You'll have your own little team that you're in control of.
Amazing stuff. Yeah, we could not be more excited about this. This was in Hype Factor for March. I don't know, we've been excited about this for a while. So I can't wait to play this game. When is it releasing?
This comes out in September. We will have it at Gen Con as well.
So be at Gen Con, and when we go to Spiel, we'll grab a copy. Can we grab one at Spiel maybe? Yeah, let's do it. Good. I'll be grabbing a copy at Spiel. I've already said, already costing me a lot of money. So let's move on to the next one that's going to cost me a lot of money. We have Battalion War of the Ancients. What is this?
Obviously super excited about this. This is Paolo Mori and Francesco Sorocci.
Fabulous design.
Brilliant designers, right? And this is a sort of a condensed tabletop war game. You have 4 factions. We have, on the table at the moment, we've got the Roman legions and the Carthaginians. We also have the Han Dynasty Chinese and the Greco-Bactrians.
Nice.
Here we've set out a sort of a setup that you have in the rulebook that gives you access to an immediate battle, but a lot of it is also being able to build your own. So taking a faction and crafting your own battle. You can see the different tiles, which are different ranks, which come together very comfortably in little units. And putting them together gives you access to special abilities across the board, right? And then as you lose them, you'll lose access to some of those. So these will sort of move together. You'll be able to take ranged attacks, charge forward, flank, which will give you access to different advantages that you can I guess take advantage of. And then you also have tactics cards, which are sort of in your back pocket abilities that will just let you leverage certain situations. You can make a smaller battle. You can grow it bigger for just a beefier combat. Super exciting.
So a sort of abstracted tabletop war game to some extent.
Yeah, absolutely. It's dice-based combat resolution. You'll be able to fire according to certain abilities, and so for example, you'll roll, and if your unit has a 5, that'll let you take a hit. Yeah.
Another super exciting game, and again with some fabulous design pedigree as well. So this looks
gorgeous art as well.
Yeah, is it Roland McDonald's?
Roland McDonald, which is the same artist as Undaunted as well. Very different.
Very different styles as well. Yeah, with this almost like pastel watercolor type design. I think it looks amazing. I'm
really
super keen on
sings, absolutely.
And then what else have we got over here?
So then if we move along, slightly different feel over here. So this is War Story Occupied France, which comes from David Thompson from the Undaunted team and Dave Neal, who is did Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective. He's an author.
Which we've learned about Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective being a Spiel winner from the 80s, which is amazing. So and he's back to help with this as well.
He's back, So this is a narrative-heavy sort of choose-your-own-adventure game set in a slightly fictionalized World War II occupied France setting. You've got agents over here that you'll be taking control of, not necessarily one person per agent, but you've got 4 agents that you are collectively in control of or have access to. And you will be moving to a mission book, which is, it's hard to show off that, which is full of narrative entries.
Wow.
Where you will, you'll run through the narrative, you'll make
lead you through the decisions. Yeah, okay, cool.
And it'll also run back to your team sheet over here, which tracks certain things. So like enemy awareness of you, or certain events that have happened, or information.
Did you do this, or did you do this, or have you got that?
For sure. So it'll ask you to check that. And sometimes that'll break out into these skirmishes, which happen on these on these maps. And those you'll see the sort of tokens correlate. So you'll have an agent maybe positioned at position C, which is a long-range weapon position, or short range, or give you covering fire. And you'll move around and make decisions based on that.
Amazing stuff. Is this a 2-player game, or is it a?
That is a 1 to 6 player game.
1 to 6 players, even better.
Yeah, for sure. Multiple people can get involved in the decision making and positioning.
Fantastic stuff. Sounds amazing. But the thing that I was thinking about with 2-player games, I think, is the announced game. Right? Is this the over here number 4? Catm?
Yeah, for sure. Catm, which is a recently announced game. Very excited. Different to all of these. So this is a 2-player area control game. You're playing as bears. We actually have some on show over there.
Okay, which you can take a look at in a bit.
You'll be playing bears to gain playing bears to gain fishing spots along a river, and those fishing spots will allow you to satisfy objectives and ultimately win salmon.
Which of course, if you're a bear, what do you like more than salmon?
There you go.
Yeah,
so this is the lead up to hibernation. You're trying to get as many salmon as you
get
possibly
as fat as possible.
That's it. Player gets the most salmon, that player wins.
Fantastic stuff. And when is Catm due out?
Catm, I don't know if we've announced a release date for it yet.
2024 or 2025? 2025, a bit later in the year. Are all of these games available to playtest at this weekend? Except Catm, probably.
They are not available to playtest at this show, I'm afraid.
No, okay, next time.
They are available sort of to look at in this format.
To look at and lust after heavily. All right, okay, fantastic stuff. Thank you so much for spending time with us and giving us a wonderful preview of all of the amazing games that Osprey are releasing.
It's an absolute pleasure, thank you.
And they are tremendous. Yeah, they're killing it at the moment, and we love it. So it's amazing stuff. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and check out the rest of the stuff. And we'll catch you again real soon.